motivation and I won't stop. No destination, but it's worth a shot. You gotta let me go. You gotta let me go. You gotta let me go. Ready for a walk, I'm an Armageddon. Dropping your sword cause the time is near. Gotta do it big like Bon Iver. I'm a rock star on a chandelier. Off the walls, yeah, I'm about to go crazy. For the beast, anybody that can tame me.
Good morning. I have already moisturized my face with grapeseed oil, and I primed today with Ulta Matte Prime. I'm going to be trying out the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation. This is the shade Mahogany. I think the undertone is pretty close, and the shade is pretty close, but I don't know if the combination is enough where I can get away with wearing it. It might be too light, and it might be not cool enough. But we're gonna hope for the best. Let me just use my AOA Wonder Cover and the shade Cocoa. If it looks like I've missed a few spots, it's probably because I have. I don't always cover up everything. I really just conceal the ones that are currently bugging me, which always involves the nose. The rest are just kind of hit or miss. Okay, I'm gonna set with my RCMA No Color Powder. It's an odd scent. I can't place it. It's not bad. It's just not something I'm used to. And red, I think this is too light. We're still gonna do a wear test with it. Just tomorrow, I will be mixing it before I put it on, but today, since I've already put it on, I'm just going to throw some darkener directly on my face, which is something I normally don't do. These are the Body Shop darkening drops. But before my foundation settles, just mix that in directly. Not sure if that made much difference. It's like really streaky under my eyes and won't buff out. Well, this is what we got. This is what we got. Well, since this is lighter than I had anticipated anyway, I'm going to highlight with something not nearly as light as my LA Girl Warm Sand that I normally use. I'm just going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick in the shade Walnut, which, oh, that's funny. I think it's actually the same shade as the foundation that I put on. Whatever. So I'm using my Real Technique sponge, and I just wet it with rose water, and so I'm going to use that to blend out this foundation as a highlight. Gee, I think it's the same color as the foundation. Didn't really make much difference, but that's fine because that means my foundation won't be too far off.
Yay! What?
And since my foundation's that light, I'm definitely going to need to contour. So my alarm went off. It's a multi-use stick from Revolution Pro in the shade Disruptor, which is black. I'm using that to contour today. It doesn't glide nearly as smooth as it's done in the past because it's not as warm in my house today. So I'm going to use a little pointy part. Oh, it works for my nose, but then also enhanced my little stupid spot again. Once upon a time, before I found real contours dark enough for me, I used to use the NYX eyeshadow pencil in the shade Black Bean to contour. I can use a black to contour as long as I blend, and I always put my powder on top anyway, so you know, it's basically, it'll just be a shadow. It won't show up as, you know, harsh lines, hopefully. I don't know, because this Disruptor is a new one for me. My foundation just started caking up. That's caking up there too. Okay, foundation concealer is caking up. Let me powder before I deal with playing with the rest of my face. Making messes, making messes. I'm so good at making messes. And almost every day I say I'm going to clean my makeup cart. And I never, ever, ever do. It's my Midnight powder, the darker shade. Let's get some eyes did. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to stick to what I know. I'm going to use the Amuse eyeshadow primer. I really like this stuff. I really do. I can't tell. It looks even. Doesn't. Too late. As we do when we don't know what our plan is, I'm going to start off with Coastal Scents in the shade Chocolatier. It's a nice shade of brown. I really like that. I'm going to be using Cherry Mayas under my eyebrow for underbrow highlight. So I just went back in with the Chocolatier to clean that up a little bit. My husband just came home and told me there is an accident on the route that I take to work. So I got to get to getting. So I'm gonna hurry. So I'm gonna go into Burnt Umber for my crease. Side of Olives from Colored Rain. Sometimes this thing shows up way more green and sometimes it just does that whole, I don't know, more goldy-ish, which is not what I wanted. I kind of wanted that color, but not exactly. I wanted more. So we'll use Balsam by Coastal Scents. It's a slight difference, but it's what I want. Take a little buffy brush onto Forest Eve. And that's just gonna go right here. So I'm wetting my brush with rose water. Going into Deep Roast by Coastal Scents. That's going to be my eyeliner today. Get some balsam again. I picked the brush based on flatness, but I should have gotten a smaller brush too. Oh well. And then I'm just wiping off my brush. And then I've got that brown, I'm just gonna pull that in a little bit more over the balsam. And I hope that's good because it's time to go. Zane and Abby. So both of these cheek colors are from the Juvia's Place, the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette. Wiping off the brush. Now we're going into my midnight powder. I should have left out my mirror because I cannot see if I got everything even yet. Let's set. Basically, I'm just sitting, well, I set the places that tend to get oily. And then the places that tend to transfer, I mean, the other places will get powder on them too. I just want to focus on the ones that need help. I've got my Clean Color lip liner and the shade Y2K. Oh, that is a bad point.
Roar!
Hey, baby.
Roar!
I'm going to use NYX Cosmic Metals Lip Cream in Extraterrestrial. Brush off the powder. Rose water it up. Let the hair do whatever it's going to do again. Highlighting with holographic lights. It's a bit much, but so am I. This makes me happy. Except for now I got a brush here in my lip. Ooh, and that magnifying side of that mirror is not my friend. Anyway. So some of this will settle down. I'm lying to myself. There we go. That's good enough. I got to go. Bye. I'll get to change clothes and I'll check in later. Yes, we are at 12.5 hours. I was laying down and forgot to check in, but I have not touched up my makeup at all. And this is what it looks like. Let's see. I used my white setting powder and I also used my rose water today. I didn't use any setting spray because I need to clean my makeup cart and I have absolutely no idea where any of my setting sprays are at the moment. Let's see here. I mean, I'm a little shiny, but I don't have, like, you know, caking. And I did have to darken the color, so I'm not really too happy with the shade of this foundation. I obviously didn't retouch my lips either, but you know, I wasn't doing a review of the lips anyway. I don't know why I'm showing my eyeshadows. It's nothing new. It's just the mostly Coastal Scents. I did use the black contour or pencil for contour, and it turned out well. Which, I mean, I expected it would, because all you gotta do is make sure to blend. And I think that is it. I'm debating on whether or not I want to try out this foundation again tomorrow, because I will obviously have to mix it with something to darken it again, or if I just want to move on to another foundation. We'll see. Actually, I decided to do a close-up. So I did have that weird separation on my forehead again. And obviously I have a very expressive face. And I'm 40. So, I mean, it's not that I'm, you know, trying to shy away from wrinkles. I just don't like where it separates like that. And not all of my foundations do that. And of course, that's where I had my glasses, which that's to be expected because my glasses are a little snug on my face. I don't know, my spots are still there, but they're not like super obvious on my nose. And the reason why I got the camera out anyway was just to show the eyeshadow again without the eye boogies. And then I did have a little bit of separation on my nose, which I didn't notice before. But I mean, the transfer wasn't too bad. Foundation's fairly decent, I guess.